There's been a ton of activity in the BP Pulse project. Plus, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, have a wife from Latin America. I definitely need to do a diversion to get my mind off local news situations. It's so stupid. And sadly, my brain is going to a very dark place. As a husband, I prided myself on protecting my wife, and the current situation is threatening. It's a very sad situation. Let's turn our attention to some of the bright spots of EV charging in the United States. BP Pulse has published a new slick into social media concerning some open stations. You can see Houston, Texas, kind of small, but you can see Houston, Texas, that's the gigahub south of the city, and a couple of gas stations have opened up as well. Hot off the presses, BP Pulse just sent a notification saying they're dropping by 10 cents per kilowatt hour through the holidays season at their locations in the states of Florida, Illinois, and Texas. So a little boost to the wallet during the holiday season is always nice, and there's plenty of nice stations to choose from. And so something to look forward to as you're cruising around in your electric vehicle during the holidays. You can have some support from BP Pulse with 10 cents off per kilowatt hour. Now, I'd like to harpen back. This image was from about 4 years ago, talking about a Hertz and BP Pulse partnership. Don't ever say that large companies can't get things done. It just takes them a better part of a decade to actually follow through. So this press release indicated that Hertz and BP Pulse were going to be partnering to put in gigahubs. They specifically say gigahubs at high-demand Hertz-owned locations, and they would be supporting rideshare, taxi, and the general public. 14 states with gigahubs. The first site in Hertz in LAX opened rideshare taxis in the public. That's what we were told, and this was again about 4 years ago, and basically didn't happen until it did. And we're right in the middle of not only it happening, it accelerating at a really ferocious rate. It's just amazing. I guess, I don't know, the financial clog got loosened up or something, but here we are. We've got gigahubs popping in all over the place. Let's go ahead and get into that. First one that opened February of this year at a Hertz in Milwaukee, which kind of seemed like an off spot, but it was listed in the Alternative Fuels Data Center database as a gigahub. So we looked it up, and 4 stalls. We're like, wow, nothing really much to look at there. But we had already seen under construction the LAX gigahub and the Boston gigahub. This one took a while to spot, but my friend Steve at Plug and Play EV was able to locate it and actually attended the opening event that BP Pulse hosted at this location as well. So you can see there's a Hertz building right over here. It's near an airport, exactly like the press release says, and large form factor EV charging station. LAX, which was initially mentioned in the press release, going to be the first one, was actually the third in succession for these gigahubs at airports near Hertz locations. And this one is actually immediately adjacent to a Hertz location as well. Tons of stalls, and it took them a while to actually get the lounge open, but the lounge is now open as well. Recently, south of the city of Houston, there's 2 airports in Houston. The Southern Lee Airport, this gigahub is opened, and they actually had an event. It looks like coffee, donuts, and a few other things. I think I got a note from a viewer who said he attended and actually won something here. There's another viewer who went home from the LAX celebration event with a $300 electric scooter, but there was someone else over here who said, I forgot what they won, but they won something at this one as well. So BP Pulse is opening up the wallet and opening up stations every time they have a gigahub that they christen. Then a sleeper gigahub. Here we are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, again on the property of a Hertz location. Same signage and Alpitronic hyperchargers, and they also have some tritium chargers here as well. So near the Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood International Airport, there is now a BP Pulse gigahub also. Okay, a couple other updates that I want to get into. The El Paso on Interstate 10 had kind of been lingering out there for a long while, but now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Alpitronic hyperchargers, 12 stalls, open and available for people going up and down I-10 through El Paso. We have the gigahub in Minneapolis under construction. There is actually a subsequent picture with fencing. It wasn't very compelling, so I didn't update the picture, but we can see construction occurring there. I don't think this is at a Hertz, though, so these are kind of deviating. They seem to have had the initial cluster on Hertz locations. We're not sure how many more are going to be at Hertz locations and which ones aren't. I think it's going to be a case-by-case basis. For instance, this is a gigahub. You can see the characteristic V-shaped canopy going in. This is north of Houston. You can see this is the main international airport in Houston, and this is north of Houston. Canopy up, and very characteristic BP Pulse gigahub getting ready to move towards completion with the seating of the chargers and additional amenities as they may wish to put in here. You can see that this other location down here, that one's under construction too. It's just a cleared plot of land that's been graded and has some survey spikes in it, but you can see it's probably not going to be too far behind the other one. Both of these I don't believe are near any Hertz, but they are near the airport. So that makes 4 for the city of Houston that will be gigahub class. This is in California off Interstate 5. You can see that Alpitronic hyperchargers are in the ground. And this is Interstate 10 on the other side of the country, just a little bit west of Jacksonville. Alpitronic hyperchargers in the ground, mixed mode of J3400 and CCS. And San Antonio, we have no pictures, but we know it to be under construction. So this one also Interstate 10, middle of the country. So we've got West Coast, East Coast, and right in the middle of the country on Interstate 10. This one is also not near a Hertz location. It's near a BP gas station, but very, very large. You can see there's one canopy, two canopy, and a third canopy all the way down here with chargers going in rows and rows and rows. You know, back over here there's chargers, over there there's chargers. So very large station going into Chicago O'Hare International Airport's area. A couple construction updates to go through. This is Corning, California, Interstate 5. Similarly, Alpitronic hyperchargers in the ground. And very likely this is close to completion. This picture is a little bit dated. Eloy, Arizona, also Interstate 10. So they seem to have decided that their sites will be set on Interstate 10 early on. Alpitronic hyperchargers in the ground. Let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 stalls with Alpitronic hyperchargers. That's a lot of capacity. Okay, so for now, that's going to be the update, and I just wanted to point out the narrative that early on, the storyline was going to be BP Pulse at Hertz near airports, and that is in fact what we are seeing. So, took a while. It took a very long while, but we are now actually seeing the fruits of an international petroleum company following through on a press release dated about 4 years ago and opening very large form factor EV charging stations at airports with their partnership with Hertz. Thank you very much for watching.